Coming to you from Honolulu, Hawaii. We're at Pearl Harbor for the JN Automotive Hydro Fest, and it really is a festival. Hello, everybody. I'm John Nicholson. Our viewpoint from the Ferris wheel high above the race course here. There's so much going on besides the boat racing, but that, of course, is our main reason for being here. Dave Villwock and the Miss Budweiser team have wrapped up the team season championship. Doesn't necessarily mean they'll be the winners here. They are the top qualifier, but Appy and Geronimo with Mitch Evans is close behind. And one more team hoping to give the Budweiser trouble. Outrigger Hotels presents Lumar Window Film with Nate Brown, the driver. Let's go to my partner, Steve Montgomery, in that camp.
Bill Worcester's U8 race team is here at Pearl Harbor for the 98 Hydro Fest with sponsorship from Best Westerns, Outrigger Hotels Resorts Hawaii, as well as the Lumar Window Film people who have been with them throughout much of the season. But the fact that they're here is quite a story. A month ago, this boat was upside down and badly damaged in the salt water of Mission Bay at San Diego. The crew had only 4 days to do a job that would normally have taken 2 months before the boat had to go on the boat to come here to Hawaii. They got some help from the Budweiser team, but still had a lot of work to do after the boat arrived here. So while the rest of the crews were relaxing and playing golf and enjoying the islands, these guys have been very busy. But now the work is complete. The boat is running well. Nate Brown has a good ride. And we have a good, strong 7-boat field.
For Nate Brown and the Outrigger Hotels presents Lumar Window Film, Heat 1A was the first time in a heat since Nate went upside down in San Diego. And he found himself in the same heat with Miss Budweiser and Dave Villwock. It turned out to be a pretty good race. Coming up to the start, Dave Villwock grabbed the inside of the Budweiser, but Nate Brown came out ahead in lane 2 in the Lumar Window Fill.
Just a marvelous start by Nate Brown. You don't very often outstart Dave Villwock in the Budweiser, but Nate did it here. A very tenacious little driver and a very fast race boat.
Nate, of course, understanding that in order to beat the Budweiser, you've got to get some kind of an advantage. From the O'Doul's eye in the sky, you see that Dave Villwock caught right back up, very tight to the buoys there in lane 1, and coming out into the backstretch, pulled out ahead of Nate Brown.
Beautiful shot of the pearly blue waters of Pearl Harbor here in Hawaii. Great place to end our 1998 season. And early on here in Heat 1A, Dave Villwock and the Budweiser had things under control, but Nate Brown and the Lumar continued to challenge.
Dave slowing just a bit into the far turn, the Pearl City turn, as dubbed by my partner Steve Montgomery. Lumar came very wide there around that turn, and Villwock was able once again to stretch his lead back into the home stretch, heading down toward that start-finish line. Then later in Heat 1, Villwock had opened a pretty good lead over Nate Brown, but once again Nate Brown begins to move up on the Budweiser. Watch here in the rooster tail as Villwock comes around the turn, and there is the big yellow boat.
Bill Worcester's boat has always run well here on Pearl Harbor. Back in its days as the Tide with George Woods driving, it ran very well here on the saltwater. It just likes this race course.
Coming down the home stretch, Nate Brown did manage to close some of the gap, but not quite enough, as Dave Villwock wound up taking Heat 1A in the Budweiser. There were actually 2 other boats scheduled to run in this heat. There you see Villwock as he took the checkered flag in Heat 1A, but they did not have such good luck, these other 2 boats. One was Mike Jones and the Miss KC, which is named for his daughter, KC, and Mike there sitting out in the water, the boat not running. Also the Appy and Geronimo unable to finish this race, and Steve talked with the winner down at the dock.
He was wrong on my boat that time, Dave, so thanks again. Yeah.
David, a lot of concern about the wind. How's the race course?
Very good. Actually, you know, one thing good about it here in Hawaii, the wind does blow, but the race course stays very, very good. Pearl Harbor is a wonderful place to race, and you know, a fun place to race, too. So it was great. I ran with the Lumar boat there. You know, motor fell off just a little bit, but then we were able to pick it up in the end and go ahead and win the race.
Well, Nate, that's a whole lot better than the last time we saw you. You had the white side up in San Diego. How's it feel getting back in the boat?
I like coming in my own power, I'll tell you. You know, the stiff line deal's for the birds, and, you know, I don't like that. And, you know, it's like anything else. First day out here, I took the rescue boat out. It's the first time I was ever sitting up in the rescue boat out in the water. That's a fun little boat, you know.
Any feelings at all about being back under the cockpit?
No, I mean, it's great. I love race boat driving. I love driving for Lumar Window Film here in Hawaii, Outrigger Hotels. It's great. The crew really are the people that you need to talk to, because I'm just the guy that gets to ride the sled down the hill. They had to push it up a big hill this last time around.
Yeah, but you're also the guy that gets the headache when it goes upside down.
Wasn't that bad, Steve.